Everybody, welcome back. This is a public service announcement meant to help homeowners. I've talked about this stuff till I'm blue in the face, and I will keep going so that you can be more educated and make better decisions with the money that you earn, not be wasteful, keep things moving forward. Let's start at the beginning, okay? Your house is an environmental separator. Its job is to keep the outside out, no snow, no rain in the house, no precipitation, and to keep the inside in. You want to keep, 72 degrees, 50% relative humidity. That's a very comfortable environment for you to live in, okay? So you pay money to manipulate the pool of air that you're living in. You heat it, you cool it, you add water to the air, you humidify it, and you take water out of the air, you dehumidify it, okay? And all those activities cost money, and your HVAC system, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, are the engines that you use to control the indoor environment, the air in your house, okay? Let me just say something quickly about single stage, two stage, and variable speed equipment. Human comfort is dictated 60% by the mean radiant temperature in your house. In other words, your comfort is more determined by the temperature of all the surfaces in your house than it is by the air temperature, right? Wrap your head around that. So your thermostat in your house is measuring the air temperature at one location. Okay. Meanwhile, what you really want to know is what's the temperature of that exterior wall, of that exterior wall, of my ceiling, of this table, of that couch, of the chair, of the counters, of the floor, of that wall over there. The surfaces that the temperatures that those surfaces radiate is a bigger impactor of your comfort than the air temperature. This is why we want to buy modulating variable speed equipment. Variable speed refers to a variable speed fan. The fan can go up to 100% all the way down to like 1% or 5%, all right? So it can vary its intensity at which it moves air. And then variable capacity, that's the other feature of this equipment, can vary the intensity of the heat that comes out of the ducts, okay? So variable speed blower and a variable capacity system. Those are the two features that you want if you're going for A-class HVAC equipment. And those features help to raise the temperature slowly and then to hold it at one temperature, so that all the stuff in your house can get to 72 in addition to the air temperature. When we have single stage equipment, it blasts on at 100%. It's either on or off. It's on at 100%. The air temperature gets to its set point, then it shuts off, then the temperature in the house drops. Then the furnace is like, oh, quick, I just got a call from the thermostat. I need to turn on again. Boom, it comes at 100%. It blasts the air temperature hits 100 or hits the set point, and then the system turns off. So you get all these big swings, up, down, up, down, up, down. That happens again and again. It's uncomfortable for the occupants, and it costs more money for you to run, and it's more wear and tear on the HVAC equipment. Actually, contrary to what you think, you want a system that runs non-stop on a low intensity. Like, rather than being in a car and like going up a mountain and then down and then up and down, you want to be in a flat surface in your Honda Civic or in your Toyota or whatever, cruising at 55, just going nice and steady. That's optimum efficiency for that car. In the same way, optimum efficiency for HVAC is to run at a low output continuously, low fan speed and low heating output. Just all day long, nice and steady. And when the system runs like that all day long, you're also getting air mixing and filtration. All right? It's a win-win-win. Lower energy, better on the equipment, more comfortable in the house. Win-win-win-win-win. Okay? Now, one key feature here is that you want to make sure, I should say not a key feature, one key warning is that you want to buy accurately sized equipment for your house. So I live in a 2,000 square foot ranch house. We paid about $205,000 for it, back in 2019, pre-COVID. I finished the basement, so we've got 1,000 square feet downstairs and 1,000 square feet upstairs. We got rid of our furnace. We live in Madison, Wisconsin, and I heat and cool this house with a cold climate heat pump. The heat pump puts out 24,000 BTUs, okay? The actual need of my house when we hit our colder temperatures is about 19,000 BTUs, okay? So my heat pump can put out more heat than my house actually needs. Folks, before I did the calculations to figure out how much heat I needed, I had an 80,000 BTU furnace that was single stage in my house. Noisy, loud, inefficient, uncomfortable, okay? We went down by a factor of about 4. So before you get new equipment, you need to ask for 2 things. Number 1, you need to get a blower door test. And number 2, you need to get an ACA Manual J room by room load calculation. This will pay for itself in spades, okay? Do not drop any checks until you get this done. And if your contractor won't do it, get an independent third party to do those calculations, those loads for you. You need to get properly sized equipment. That's imperative for efficient operation and comfort in your house. Let me say one more thing in this video. People have been talking about putting higher filters, higher MERV rated filters, minimum efficiency rating value, don't quote me on that, but higher rated MERV filters in their HVAC systems. When you put a higher MERV rated filter in your system, the higher MERV filters are more restrictive of airflow, okay? I'll say it again. Higher MERV rated filters restrict airflow. Now, most of the houses that I go into, I do home performance contracting and HVAC design for my business. Most houses have an airflow problem. Most houses and most rooms in most houses do not get enough airflow. Okay? So if a homeowner is like, oh, I'm going to be really healthy and, have really clean air and go get a high MERV rated filter, you are increasing the resistance in your duct system. And when resistance is high, airflow is even lower. So you have a system that already has low airflow, and now you're putting a more restrictive air filter in there, and you're decreasing the airflow even further. Okay, so this is not a good situation, all right? So then you're like, okay, Stephen, well, want to know what? I will just increase my blower speed. So in the bottom of your furnace, most of you probably have furnaces, you have a big fan. People call it a squirrel cage, all right? It's just a big fan that sucks air in the return and pushes it out the supply, okay? It just moves air. That's all that it does. Folks, that fan can only push against so much duct pressure. It can only push against so much back pressure. If you have really high pressure, really high resistance in your duct system, your fan's going to be working on overtime all day long. It's going to burn energy, cause premature maintenance and failure, okay? It's not good for the system. Your system is only rated to push against so much pressure. That number is called total external static pressure. You should get that tested by your HVAC person next time that they come out, all right? If your system is installed or pushing against over what the manufacturer suggests, be prepared for failure, increased maintenance, or discomfort in rooms, okay? So what I'm saying to you is if you put a high MERV filter in your system and then you increase the blower speed to compensate for the increased resistance by that air filter, you're going to have more pressure in your duct system and your fan's going to be working outside of specification. So you do not want to just go dropping high MERV rated filters in your system. What you want to do is you want to get modulating variable speed equipment and then you want to buy one of those thick 4 or 5 inch or 4 or 5 deep filters, like a MERV 11 or a MERV 13, and then you want to make sure that your duct pressure is within the manufacturer's specifications for your equipment. Okay, now in the description of this video, I will put a couple links to my setup. If none of this video made sense, just copy me. I know what I'm talking about, okay? Just copy me, all right? If you have any questions, please reach out. I hope this gave you some things to think about. Keep learning and educating. You are the hero of this story. Thanks for watching.